Hello, my name is Jennifer and I'll be presenting on how do landscapes change. So what is weathering and erosion? Well, weathering is a process in which rocks are dissolved into smaller pieces. There are three types of weathering processes, which are mechanical, chemical, and organic weathering. On the left, we have an image displaying an example of what weathering looks like, and we have the three types of weathering down here, which is mechanical, chemical, and organic. Within chemical, it physically breaks up the rock. An example of this is when water gets into the cracks and joints in a bedrock. Chemical weathering decomposes or decays rocks and minerals, for example, water dissolving limestone. And organic weathering occurs when plants break up rock with their growing roots or plant acids help dissolve rocks. Erosion takes place when rocks and sediments are transferred to another place by wind, water, and gravity. On the image on the right here, you can see that the ocean has slowly moved its way up to the side of this road and has slowly taken it apart with natural weathering. So the role of rivers make a huge impact within our environment. On the image on the left, we have displayed rock shelter formation by river erosion. We have the upper, the middle, and lower sections. Over time, rivers start to slow down in their erosion of geography, but continue to change the landscapes around them. Younger rivers erode rock and soil rapidly in order to equilibrium between the altitude of their headwaters. Rivers take paths of least resistance which skirt around tougher rocks or materials that aren't as easily broken down by water. Examples of rivers moving around our geography are waterfalls, rapids, and movements of rivers around hills or mountains. So as you can see in this image on the right here, you can see Snake River Canyon has slowly made its way around mountains and land as well. So climate change within our ocean. Climate change has taken a toll on other sections in geography, but has taken a huge toll on the ocean's ecosystems, which remains as the epicenter of global warming. Higher temperatures are bad for sea creatures and for us humans as well. Coral reef bleaching is being caused by carbon pollution and is warming oceans and causing corals around the world to bleach. As you can see displayed here on the right, this is a healthy coral reef, and on the right, as you can see, this is when carbon pollution has taken over the reef and kills it slowly. Another climate change issue that we're having recently is Arctic glaciers melting. As you can see on this graph displayed, you can see that since 1979 to 1994 to 1999 and to 2011, you can see that the Arctic glaciers have slowly been melting and decreasing. This is affecting our polar animals, which is having them to not have much resource to survive. So I personally think that the continental glacier are making more changes to the landscape. So displayed here on the top, we have an image of a continental glacier. Continental glaciers are continuous masses of ice that are much larger than alpine glaciers. Continental glaciers bury the landscape, which causes us to see only the highest mountain peaks poke through the ice surface. They are much larger than alpine glaciers, but can also be more difficult to see how they erode the landscape. Sediments are scraped away, then exposed to bedrock, is carved and polished by passing ice. Striations are long, narrow scratches on bedrock surfaces. This helps identify the direction the glacier was moving. So here on the right, we have an example of what striations looks like. This helps geologists know the way the glacier was moving. Here on the image in the middle, we have an example of bedrock being carved and polished by passing ice. And then on the left right here, we can see small flakes of rocks that are being removed by ice, forming small little chatter marks as they are removed. So the location I decided to go for was Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon is located in Arizona, and it is up north. here is the map of where the Grand Canyon is located. As you can see, it is at the borderline of the Arizona border and Utah border as well. The Grand Canyon is divided into two sections, which are the north and south rim. Here is the north and the south rim displayed right here. And there are nearly 40 identified rock layers from the Grand Canyon's wall. So here are all of the walls of the Grand Canyon and some of the rocks labeled right here. So these two images right here show the Colorado River that's located inside the Grand Canyon. It flows through the canyon and touches 7 states as well. Water is the #1 agent of weathering and erosion on Earth. Rivers are a constant flow of runoff and always erode. The main cause of erosion that formed the Grand Canyon was water, which is the Colorado River. It carved its way through the Grand Canyon 5 to 6 million years ago. So as you can see, it looks like these rocks were once touching, and throughout the years, the Colorado River has slowly gone through them. Here's another angle of the Colorado River going through the Grand Canyon as well. Thank you for watching my presentation. Here's the links of my images I used throughout the presentation and my research.